Oh, I ain't even on tape. Hi, everybody. I didn't turn on my light, but it's all good because I'm not going to be here much longer. What's good, all my followers and watchers and listeners? It is Lord Shu, moderator of Lifestyle After 5 podcast. Gonna welcome all the lovely people here today. Before we get into tonight's live stream, just want to thank everybody who's been watching. We don't have any comments on our channel this week. I actually checked just to see if any of y'all been showing any love, but I do see views, so I know y'all watching, and we appreciate that. Our website is being updated this week. I will be adding some new episodes to our blog and our vlog tomorrow. So y'all be tuned in for that. And also, if you're interested in supporting us, please buy our hoodies and t-shirts. They have our new Lifestyle After 5 logo on them. So without further ado, I'm gonna pass it off to our hosts, Ali and MD Red. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm gonna be behind the scenes. So if y'all want to ask questions, get in the chat. We on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch right now. So leave some comments so I can read them and I'll tell our host. So peace, y'all.
Welcome, everybody. What's good? We got with us, we always bring you something special every Wednesday. I feel like it on this live. So tonight, we got, of course, the MD Red, my co host, MD Red. Vanna, she's pretty much official, a co host. You all grown to know her. She's her own personality now. And we have Steve Spence, the author of Money Plain and Simple: What the Elite Don't Want You to Know About Money. And we got Sherry from Three Wellness on with us tonight. So we got a good show
Everybody,
lined
welcome.
up for you. Letting everybody know. I'm going to get started a little early with the holidays. We always do the holidays. This is what we known for now. So today is National Pawn Brokers Day. So it's
Mm.
almost Christmas time. I can see that's fitting because we got a few weeks before Christmas, and you see that you're gonna be short a few checks. So you're looking at that watch or that piece of jewelry or that I don't know, whatever it is. You can go out there and pawn it, whatever you can find to pawn. But then this is National Put Your Own Shoes On. Put on your own shoes day. I
Hey,
don't get that one. You've been wearing somebody else's shoes? I mean, time's hard. I mean, I guess I can see that too. Times is hard. It's National Miners Day. I don't know if people, at least not in the United States, still mining, but shout out to everybody that's mining, whether you mining diamonds or coal or whatever you're doing. National Carpaccio Day. I don't know what that is. Maybe I should have looked that up. And Saint Nicholas Day. I thought that was Christmas. So
That's
Saint
Jesus'
Nick has his
birthday.
own day.
yeah,
Saint Nicholas Day?
I'm confused.
Yeah,
Hey,
so yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's where we are in holidays.
Mm.
None of those have resonated with me today.
Hold on, man. Yeah, go back. Put your own shoe on day. Put your after five shoes on, brother.
I like that. Or them MD Reds. That's a good plug. Put them MD
Look,
Red shoes on. That's a good
look,
plug.
Yeah,
Or
he
go
got the
sell
Jesus
something.
plug.
everybody can't do that.
No,
Well,
Ali, I
again,
would like to correct you. Mining is still done in America. There is a place in Abbeville, South Carolina, just about an hour away from me, called Diamond Hill Mine, and you can go there and just like dig giant geodes of crystals from the earth. My dad's cousin is like the tribal warrior or something. She does her own jewelry business. She's been to Pigeon Forge and everything. And she goes there to Abbeville to mine up the crystals. And it's something that I actually want to do with Soul Shine once I get a pickup truck because you need the materials to dig it up and haul it all back. But that is one thing that I actually want to do with Soul Shine is from straight from the earth to like wherever it is that I'll be selling it. So like there was no middleman, there's no in between. It was all ethically gathered instead of people just blowing up holes in the earth. So just to correct you, there is still a prevalent mining community in the United States. It is just not like what it used to be with the gold rush where entire communities were built around it.
That's why we love Vanna. I mean, we love you, Vanna. Who the hell would know that? Shout out to Vanna. You always bring the knowledge. So educational.
Mm.
So we got Steve Spence. Steve actually was going to be on our radio show next Wednesday. So make sure you check Steve Spence out, the author of Money Plain and Simple, now on our radio station WDJY 99.1, as he give us all the knowledge and tips on the economy. But he's here live with us tonight. So if you got any questions for Steve, shoot away. So Steve National, put your own shoes on today. As you can see, a lot of people, well, I don't know, it's mixed. Some people are, like, as you said, some people are doing well and some are not. Some people are having to wear other people's shoes.
Thanks for
I
having
hope
me.
not.
I did want to say that in Germany we had St. Nicholas Day, right? Talking about that. So it is in the beginning of December, and Santa Claus would come down the street ringing a bell, calling out your name, and that's when he discussed with you if you were going to make it to Christmas. And
Wow.
and you
Wow.
would get a coal or a bag of oranges or something silly like that. I've only experienced that once or twice. I think it was 2 times.
It's going to take you out. You said,
Yeah,
you
like,
said
make
that. I
it to
thought, I was like, you
Christmas.
scared me there. He's looking at you. Nah, dog, you ain't going to make it to Christmas. You
ain't
done
gonna
tonight.
make it. Well,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
so in Germany, it would be the Christmas angel that would bring you the presents on Christmas Eve.
Nice.
Yeah. So
definitely not cracking over here like that.
It's like, I mean, not the angels. So the angels would be like the elves, I guess.
I don't know. In America, if a random old guy comes up to you asking you what you want, the cops are getting called.
Times have changed.
Times have
Yeah.
changed.
No more sitting on Santa Claus' knees. They've locked a lot of mall Santas up.
One of the
I guess
men that I volunteer with at the community center is a Bass Pro Shop Santa, and he absolutely fits that vibe. This is the Santa that you would go fishing with.
So you met your sugar daddy? Is that what you're saying?
No, shut up, MD Red. I have some fucking morals. I'm building my own company.
Hey man, let Santa live. Let Santa live.
So Sherry, who's off camera, talk to us. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, thank you. And again, thank you guys for having me on this evening.
It's our pleasure. So
Happy you
those that
came.
don't know, you can tell us a little bit about 3 Wellness. You know, this is also the time of the year where we need to be getting in shape. A lot of blood pressure is going to be ran up. People's sugar diabetes is going to be all off the charts. They're going to gain a few pounds. It's rough out here during this time of the year.
Yes, it is. But we're here to provide information for men as well. But we as 3 Wellness Institute promoting health, wellness, and a quality of life. And our mission is giving communities and individuals access to information and guidance needed to obtain optimal health, longevity, and quality of life. Usually on Wednesdays, we do have an addition that we call the Wood. That's part of the 3 Wellness Institute for the men. So stay tuned. We'll be talking to Ali about that tomorrow.
Check us out. Tomorrow we will be a
Yes.
guest on their podcast tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm interested to learn about the wood, you know. Over time, some of the 2x4s don't stay straight. They kind of bow after time. I don't know whether. So some of us need new boards.
Hey, if the and one of my partners with 3 Wellness is, if your health is good, the wood is good. That's her motto.
I mean, it's not untrue. It's not untrue. That's one thing that we discussed a lot about when I was like studying to be a nurse and a CNA, and like my late teens, early 20s, is like how much the drive of all of your energy goes down when you're not, because like your body's like a vehicle. The fuel type that you put in it has an effect on it. We all
Yep.
know what happens to our cars when you put the low grade in. That's the same thing as eating McDonald's and chicken nuggets every day.
Yep.
Also, did you guys see that the McDonald's employees have warning, you're entering an area with radioactive material on their back doors?
Wow. 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 Wow.
I
Oh,
think this was a McDonald's somewhere in California. Like they're not even being subtle about how toxic their food is now. And like I don't know. I saw the video about someone's mouse and a chicken nugget, and I'm like, I'm done. Screw you, Mickey D's. I've had nugget betrayal. I
Oh
am
yeah.
done with you.
Nugget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot happening out there. And with us three women, how we collided, uh just came together, and together we have about over 100 something years of knowledge, just
dang.
what we've been doing out in communities around the world. And so yeah, looking forward to talk more about that tomorrow, you know.
Looking like I'm definitely looking forward to learning because it's interesting because we dismiss it. We think, well, erectile dysfunction, I guess is what I'm looking at. We take that as a just something that just happens when you get older, not that it's other things in your health that could be causing that.
Right.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I mean, even looking at not to take away from you guys' show, but
Mm.
we're going to talk about medicines, some blood pressure medicines, antidepressant medicines, the prescription sedatives, appetite suppressants. There's a lot of things that contribute to that, where the consumers they're not educated on it, and it could psychological mess with a person. So yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Awesome, awesome.
It's all
So,
part of the
Miss Sherry, what do
deception.
your products like surround? Like, are they herbal remedies or like what is your company? Because I am very fascinated by this. My company, Soulshine, is of a very similar mindset, helping empower people to take back their own energy and find the strength in themselves to
Yeah.
conquer their fears. And a huge part of that is having a healthy body. So I'm
Oh
very
yeah.
interested in like what your company like provides.
Okay. And we can also talk offline. I can
Oh,
get
I
your
would love
information
that.
and we can connect that way. But yeah, we even talk about foods that enhance your sex life. So everything is natural. Food, fruits and vegetables, as well as just a line of all natural vegan products. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff that we just here educating the world on good nutrition, taking care of your body, loving yourself, because everything is connected to your health.
Mm.
Everything is connected to your health.
Yeah, I bet y'all
See,
didn't
we
know
get,
I was an educational channel. Ding ding.
What do you?
I'm
What,
saying tonight is good. We got Steve that's gonna get your pockets right, and you got Sherry that's gonna get everything else right for you. See, we getting you ready for the new year
The real
for
one.
2024, and
Let's
in both
go.
areas. In both areas.
Amen.
Let's go. Yeah, good stuff. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Steve, were you gonna say something earlier?
Oh yeah. Well, no, what I wanted to say is my wife is she's the health person in our family. She's teaching me a lot of things. And what health and wealth go hand in hand. And it's kind of cool that we're together on this in this podcast.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
It wasn't playing like this. About
I
by the way, this was
know.
not playing. This was just
Oh,
this was
so
an
fine.
so
accident happen.
and if I just turned 60. I ain't got none of those problems you're talking about, and so everything's good there. But I
We got
find myself
we got the
healthy, right?
feed.
But I will
Well, Steve,
say, oh, go ahead.
now I was just gonna say, no, you can't have those problems. Your wife's Brazilian, so.
Oh.
So, oh gosh, now you're going to embarrass me. But what I'm trying to say is, I've had a history of looking back and being in leadership roles and seeing even myself what we did, and a lot of times in our earlier part of life we would trade our health for wealth. It wasn't really wealth. So you would work the long hours, you would eat the crappy foods, you would, I gotta put something in my stomach, so you stop at McDonald's, get the quick chicken McNuggets or whatever it may be. And you would do these things over and over and over again, not realizing that you're poisoning yourself. So as you get older now, and now you start getting money, and now you start changing your life, but now you made yourself sick because of everything you did. So so you spend the earlier part of your life trying to get wealth, spending your health, and now you're spending your wealth trying to get your health back.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot, Steve. Now I feel
the
bad.
system breaks you.
Because I just got off work and I had to do this podcast real quick. So I ran to the gas station and got me some friendly Gulf chicken.
Not the
I
chicken
did
from
get
the
some
gas station.
Hey,
Ali, drink some water.
I'm drinking wine.
Ali.
double negative.
So yeah.
No, but like Steve made a very valid point of like growing up, because like I'm 23, I'm most likely the youngest of everyone here. And like seeing how like my dad ran himself down into the ground. My dad's a truck driver. He has driven trucks since he was 18. More than my entire life, this man has been behind the wheel. And his everything hurts. Literally, his everything hurts. He coughs and is completely winded and is labored up. And I've seen him kill himself so much trying to do what he felt like he should do in his societal role as a man, as the household figure. And it was so bullshit because, like, I've also seen the vice versas of my mom when she worked at a corporate insurance company. I'm not going to name it because I don't want them coming after me. That was what everyone said, especially in the area, was the dream job, was happiness, was the corporate 9 to 5. But I saw my mom come home and she was so miserable. And everything that she had to give up, like my dad became a complete stranger when I was 8 years old, and he went over the road long term. Doing what he needed to do to take care of our family made him not part of the family. And that's what people have to do in the society. And it's straight up bullshit. Because as Steve says, in your younger years, you're working to make the money. And in your older years, you can't do anything with the money but try to prolong your health. And like, if some of us here can help inspire people to have the power and take back their power to like have their happiness now and not sacrifice so much, then the world would be a better place because people would be healthier, they would be kinder, and they would be living better lives. I won't say longer lives because frankly, I think humanity lives too long because of modern medicine. But like how things have been working is simply not going to take us on into where we need to go. And everyone's talking about like the central cities that they're going to disperse the world into, where like you've got 5 main cities and they're all smart cities, and that's where like the bulk of people are. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to be the warden out in the fucking wastelands because I'm not going into that stuff, because modern medicine, everything, it's all just continuing to make you sick. There's so many people that have physical ailments, birth defects. Like cancer is entirely man-made because of the conditions humans have put themselves in for more money, for more wealth. And it's just straight up bullshit.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
That's true. But now we got so many contaminants, like you said, it's not so much of work nowadays. Well, work is, don't get me wrong, let me back it up. Yes, working is one where we are working ourselves to death, but then it's like I said, the quality of food, it's not there. You look at in some poor neighborhoods, don't even have grocery stores. They got convenience stores, corner stores. And what's in a corner store? Spam, Vienna sausage, ravioli in a can. And they don't have access, literally don't have access to good, nutritious food and fresh vegetables. I mean, you got certain kids probably in their teens and 20s that's probably never, ever in their life ate a fresh vegetable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Everything is canned. I mean, you got people that say they don't know how to cook nowadays. And I always say, how can you not cook when there is YouTube and all these resources and stuff out there? But then too, it's so expensive now to even eat healthy. I mean, you go and I think it's a surcharge at Publix. It's just $50 just to walk in there. You walk in there
Yeah,
and grab a bag, that's $50 just for the bag.
yeah, yeah. And they call
It's
whole food whole check.
Yeah, the whole check.
Whole check. Yeah,
No.
yeah,
no, it's
yeah.
ridiculous. Like I remember growing up, first of all, no one bought a watermelon from the grocery store. It's like that just wasn't a thing. You just stood out in your yard in the evening time, and somebody would come through with a truck with watermelons on the back of it, just ride through the neighborhood blowing horns, and you run out there with $3, $3 to $4 in your $2 to $3 or $4 somewhere in there. If it was really a big one, a bag, an expensive one was $5, and you would buy a watermelon, and if that watermelon wasn't sweet, you would tell him next time he came around, and he would give you a free one. Oh, I'm sorry, that went bad, or give you your money back. Now
Yeah.
I think watermelons is $12, $15 now,
Last one
Yeah.
I
and they don't
bought.
even have seeds in them.
That.
You can't even find one with seeds.
If it don't got season, it don't eat it.
Right.
It's definitely
But some,
fake.
Yeah.
but it's
Yo, forget
hard.
the
Robot
ice
fruit.
cream trunk. Bring back the watermelon truck. I want that.
Exactly, with seeds.
No
Yeah.
more
Now,
robot fruit.
Now I
All right.
heard that seedless watermelon was making men impotent as well. I don't know the science behind it, if that's true or not, but it's just something I had heard that
It's
eating fruits without seeds has an effect.
it's probably
Mhm.
something to do with the GMO stuff. Like,
Mhm.
not to make you guys uncomfortable. Ali, MD Red, you guys know this. Sorry, Steve, but I have had a very irregular period my entire life. I did not have an actual period until I was 18 years old on a medication. And that was the first medication I ever took because I didn't like medication. But because of lifestyle changes I've made to myself, getting more active, walking my two hyper energetic labradoodles every single day, and moving more, I have been able to naturally have a period, which is a huge thing for me because being a mother is something that I very much want to do one day. But because of like all the canned stuff that we had growing up, because my family did not have a lot of money growing up, it was a lot of Vienna sausages, dollar store ramen, dollar pizzas, and even those are like $3 now. But because of everything that people have to eat, things that are passing as food, we're all sick. That's why kids are getting sick so much younger and with so much crazier things. Do you know the amount of American food that is illegal in other countries because of the stuff that is in it?
Mm.
If if you looked at that list, you would throw out your entire pantry and be on
Mhm.
nothing but brown rice and lentils.
Yeah.
I swear to you.
All right, so let's think about it this way. Think about this. Wait, like our parents were brainwashed into working a 9 to 5, right? 9 to 5 is how
Yep.
you live. That's what you gotta do. So they work you to death and they feed you to death, all for a bigger plan to make you go spend that money on those medicines. It's gonna kill you at the end. That
You
sounds
guys
like
are starting to
that's
see the
my plan.
foundation of my book. You guys are
Yeah.
starting to
It's a
see what's
cycle.
fueled the book that I'm writing. It's
Mhm.
all of this shit.
Yeah. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And what I tell people is you pay now or you pay later. You can't put a price on your health, period.
Yep.
And with the doctors, it's a business. It is a business, just like a funeral home, sir. It's a business, period.
That's
So
crazy.
you
It's
know,
so
having the
scary if you
privilege
think
of
of
listening to Steve and listening to you, Van, and listening to you share, it's like this common theme. You all are saying that a lot of the same things about being miseducated on money, food, wealth, being brainwashed and,
Yep.
and tricked. It all goes hand in hand. I think it was Steve Jobs. It was a quote, and I can't remember how the quote went, but they say he wrote a quote as he was dying, and he realized that no amount of money is worth anything when you're laying down and you can't. And I'm butchering this quote. I can't remember how it really go, but basically the gist of the quote was, money is nothing when you laying down and you have no control over your life and you're taking your last breath. You know the end is coming. So that, and at that point, it doesn't matter how many billions you have.
Exactly.
Mm. Yeah, because you can't
And
take it.
No, you
like
can't
they
take it
said,
with you.
a quarter pounder meal doesn't cost $8. It costs you a shortened lifespan. It's the cost of that value meal.
What if they price it like that in those words? How many people do you think gonna buy it?
Still a lot of people because they're
Still would
addicted.
buy it.
Like I had seen a video roll across my feed about all of the man-made chemicals that are in Chick-fil-A's chicken. I'm like, that's why people are so addicted to it. There's fucking drugs in it.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, you're the
sugar.
second person to tell me that.
Oh
Somebody,
yeah.
I was listening to another podcast, and they was doing it, and he said that Chick-fil-A used to post all the different chemicals that was in the chicken sandwich, and he said it was like drugs. He's like, that's why it's lines wrapped around the corner. They're literally feeding crack. Now, I hadn't researched this, so, and he said it has since then been removed with all the different
I
ingredients and
wonder
stuff
why.
from their website.
I wonder
No.
why.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's still there.
Chick-fil-A chicken good as hell.
That is good though. I need me some of that crack, especially that new sandwich with that pimento cheese on it.
Ali, you're stronger than this.
I'm away from my home, so I don't have a kitchen and a stove. That's the only reason why I'm eating like this. And I've been trying to stay to salad. So today I was just in a hurry. I didn't have time to go to Ruby Tuesday, shout out to Ruby Tuesday, and eat on their salad bar. So no, I've switched to one meal a day. So at least I'm just killing myself once and not 3 meals. So I eat one meal a day. And like I said, last night I had a garden salad, and about the only fattening thing that I had on that was the salad dressing. Now I drowned it in dressing, I admit, but hey,
Yes, for swimming lettuce.
oh man, that lettuce, tomatoes, mushroom, carrots.
That sounds good, bro.
I did put a little ham. Hell yeah. Matter of fact, I might have to go get me another one after this podcast. But yeah.
You're going to need something to flush out all that chicken.
Actually, I didn't get that. I had 4 chicken tenders.
With
Oh,
And some
okay.
fried okra. I tried to clean it up. I had fried okra with it.
Blech.
Not French
okra
fries.
good to you fried it.
Oh, okra is so gross.
So I want to say something and tie this in with money, right? And what I see is they want it all. They want your health, they want your wealth, they want everything. And what's happening, we talked about this earlier, was the credit card debt. They're running all your prices up. You're working your 9 to 5s, and then you're distracted. If you got kids, you're probably doing after school activities, right? So you're in a whirlwind. You can even get a part-time job if you wanted to. And then so now the prices are rising, right? We all know that. And so what do? You cover it with credit cards, and then your credit cards are maxed out. So then what do? You take your HELOCs out, and if you're lucky enough to own a home, and you start cashing out of your home, so now that money's out. And then what do? I have a 401k, and that's the another thing that's happening right now is people are running to their 401ks. That's not for living, that's for living after you're done working. And so now people are spending their health trying to create wealth, but they're spending it. And so now what's going to happen 5 years from now or 10 years from now, as people start coming up to this retirement age? People need to retire, make room for the younger folks, man, because they need to work too. You can't hold your job for I don't know how you look at it, but yeah, it's a vicious trap.
And they're trying to raise the retirement age to what, 72?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. My mom's like,
is it 70 that much? 72?
They're trying to. I think it's
Usually they go
67
like
right now.
Usually they go like in small increments, they'll just drag it along. They'll just take
Or
it's only
70,
a
it's like
year.
67, 70, something like that. But yeah, last I heard they were trying to push us to 70s to ensure you die before you ever get some Social Security.
But if that's
crazy.
your plan to retire and that's your money, I mean, again, you're looking at maybe what, 2,000 or $2,500 a month, really?
Yep.
And what on this inflation, it's not going to get you anything.
That's bro, $2,000 ain't gonna do nothing.
Wow. This is interesting. I wonder, do people ever take the time to just stop and think?
No, they don't. Everything in this world is like so much stimulation, instant gratification. And that's why people have to spend so much going to things like therapy, so they actually set aside that time to think about their problems and talk it out with someone. And like, just being the spiritualist that I am, someone that's actively been learning to work more with their own energy to heal themselves and like that, it takes a lot to like break the cycle. Like, no, I love you guys, but I need this time for myself. And then if you can get quiet and actually stand the quiet, because some people, quiet is too much for them because all the noise of everything that they have been suppressing their entire life just comes rushing to the surface because it wants to be solved. It wants to be healed. But that is a lot of pain, especially if you don't have a support system that has guided you through this. I'm grateful enough to have my mom who has taught me how to do this, how to work through shadow, how to work through trauma, because she's actively doing it herself and is doing amazing with it. And so, like, to sit down and take the time for yourself to do a visualization and then to know what to do in that visualization, it takes a lot. And no, people just don't do it. And if people do it, they have so much misconnotations applied to it because there's like, oh, all the trends on witch talk and everyone needs Moldavite, which do not get Moldavite for the love of the gods. Do not get Moldavite. But there's all the tags and connotation that goes along with like me as a tarot and oracle reader. Instantly, some people will say like, no, she's a devil worshiper, and it's because things society has applied to the connotations of people actually taking back their power. And what you do in those situations has been applied to devil worship to make it seem bad. So no one wants to do it because if your brain associates it with a negative thing, you're going to associate the entire thing with a negative mindset instead of trying to see it from another person's perspective, from a different point of view. You're going to just stick in the programming and the mindset that you've been raised in because that's what's comfortable for you. And you're going to attack anything that questions that mindset because that questions the stability that you've built your life upon. And that's why people get angry when you start pointing out flaws in their logic and flaws in their viewpoints. They don't want to see it as something like, oh, maybe I can learn something from this. They're going to be like, you're wrong, you're attacking me, and I'm going to attack you back physically because of that.
That's a shame that we can't agree to disagree. That went out the window, I guess, 15, 20 years ago. If probably longer than that.
You want to look back at history of like Rome and England, people have never agreed to disagree.
Well, I guess you got a point there. I guess that's why there's been so many wars throughout the world since the beginning of time.
And just to piggyback on what Steve had mentioned as far as with the wealth piece of it, and that, and again, just great topic, health and wealth. A lot of it is generational cycles as well, where a lot of people, I think Vanna, have not done the work on themselves to disconnect and to, if you could unzip your top of your head like a zipper and just shake out all of that stuff that you was taught at a younger age and zip it back up and say, okay, now I'm ready to go. That needs to happen, but a lot of people don't want to do the work on themselves to better themselves, to learn themselves. They stuck in that cycle, as far as Steve mentioned, it was as far as on the wealth side of being in debt, the hustle and bustle 9 to 5, and then the foods make, I mean, it just doesn't make it any better with the chemicals that's in a lot of the foods today. It's just a vicious cycle that's out here, and it does impact overall health and wealth.
You spend a lot of money on this junk.
Yeah,
health bills.
yeah,
and,
yes.
and healthcare has went up, which I don't understand. And maybe Steve, you can help me with this question. We've, I can't, was it few elections ago? During the Obama election, the biggest thing was healthcare. Healthcare got to be, we got to have healthcare reform. We got to have healthcare reform and everything. Then we so-called got healthcare reform. And then everything shot to these high deductible plans, which is not affordable healthcare at all. So we don't even call it affordable healthcare anymore. It's just healthcare now. We've even dropped affordable. So now healthcare is astronomical now. Trying to get anything you got to go see. You're paying more money out of your check for insurance that don't cover anything. Really, all you get is a basic physical. I can get a physical, and for a woman, you can get a mammogram, I guess, and some basic checks, welfare checks, whatever, health checks is the term. But nobody's saying anything else about this from either party. It's like it's disappeared.
It almost seems like you don't even have a voice in this, right? Your company is signed up for something, and that's what you get, and you pay it, right? Oh, well, that's better than nothing, I guess. And I've
really
heard
not.
some of the, yeah, and no, yeah, I agree, but they still do it, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen to you. But then again, you're not taking action. You shouldn't get sick, right? If you're taking care of yourself, really taking care of yourself, the only thing you need health insurance for is like if you broke a bone, something stupid like that. Anyway, going back to the healthcare, what this is the simple economics of everything. If there's no competition, there's no price, discovery. So if everybody can make more money, especially when it's government money or government aided, the prices are going to go up. It's as simple as that. It's not their money that they're spending, it's government money, right? So politicians are spending money, and then they force you to get into it, right? Or you're penalized, right? So so you have to have, again, I'm not trying to change the world, but you have to have competition for the price to go down, because
They don't
that's
allow competition. And so it's
correct.
kind of like cable. They say
Correct.
they do, but
Yes.
they really don't.
Yes. Yes, and that's what you would call a monopoly, right? And they break up these big corporations that go for that. You're too big. You need to come back. You get knocked down. But they didn't do it for health insurance, right? Because they're all in lockstep with each other. They're different companies, but they're all in lockstep with each other, and they're doing the same things, and they're charged the same price. Like for say dental insurance, you get a root canal. You could probably, I should say, crown. Crown is what I've had lately, and it was expensive, and it's 50% that they pay. But it's like, well, why can't I find another dentist that'll do it for cheaper? Well, they all have this price because the insurance said this is the price, so all of them charge that price. If I can get this much money, that's what I'm going to charge.
That's
And
the same thing. And the same thing with home insurance. I'm trying to buy a Georgia home, and I call and I'm trying to get homeowners insurance. So I figure I get a homeowners insurance policy. But then it's like, okay, well, you got this premium. But wait a minute now. It don't cover floods. It's like a la carte. If you want flood insurance, you got to give me a little bit more money. But no, that flood insurance only covers if it rains. But now if a pipe bursts, you got to get this another water backup insurance, and you got to add that up. We won't cover if a pipe busts on the outside and back up to your house. Wait a minute, do you got wind and hail damage? You might get wind and hail damage. Oh, and an earthquake. Yep, you got to pay me extra if you want some earthquake insurance. By the way, the first $26,000 to $30,000, if an earthquake happens and damage, we're not paying that. You got to pay that out of pocket, and the rest of this is like $2,000 here and then. I'm like, what the hell is insurance? Well, what is the basic insurance package for? Hell, it seems like I got to pay extra for everything else.
And did you see where they added like terrorism and war or something like that? They added
Well, they
that to
got that on the insurance policy now. And by the
you're
way,
not insured for it. They made sure that
oh,
that if some act of terrorism or a missile, Putin sends a missile over or whatever, and your house blows up and you're still alive to claim, they're not going to pay for it.
oh, and if you're unlucky and a meteorite happened to come down from space and hit your home, you're not covered on that either.
I don't know about that one, but it's just, yeah, it's become so legalized, and it's all about the business, right? And you're forced to get it, right? You're forced to get insurance because you're getting a mortgage. So so now you got to pay for something that you don't really need, just like health insurance. You don't, you if you don't get it, you get penalized, right? You can still live in the United States would not have health insurance, but I do know that you will pay for that. So there is a penalty for that. It's wrong. It's wrong.
So yeah. So Shay, I know we talked about the wood and men and everything, but then I know there's some women out there that have different issues. Do you, being three women, three wellness? I'm sure you have advice and nutritional advice for women as well, especially women, I would think.
Yes, we cover both. Yes, we do, and we will be covering both on topic of menopause, which starts with MEN, men. No, just kidding. And then
Men
Well, that's
on
funny.
pause.
That was
and
funny because a few episodes back when it was World Menopause
yeah,
Day and we did a
yeah.
subject here, Robin was on here and that's what she had. She made me laugh because she like men on pause.
Uh-huh.
Man,
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's just
So
really owning your
I
health.
so do women lose their drive when they're going through menopause?
Yeah, yes, some women do. It's a lot that goes on during that phase stage. And yeah, mentally as well. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot that takes place where because the body is no longer able to produce a child. The body just goes into a whole different state, and when you're not in tune with your body, it can be not pretty. Sorry. A very, very emotional roller coaster ride from I'm thinking 40, 45 and up for women. But yeah, we cover that as well. So there's a lot that goes on. But again,
Real quick,
goes
when you
back.
say in tune with your body, can you shed just a little color on that? What do you mean
Yeah,
by that?
yes. When you um let's see how I can put this intelligently. When you really know your body and the aches and pains, the body's amazing. It will tell you when there's something not right along with your intuition. But when you get those aches and pains, there's something that your body's telling you. And a lot of it does go back to the foods that we choose and eat today. Um, that make us feel the way we want, even though we want to be full of vitality at a certain age. As Steve talked about, enjoying your wealth. You work all these years, and at the same time, when it comes time to retire, some people don't make it. Some people retire and then they till over like 30, 60 days later because of their health. And when you really plugged into your body, knowing your body, your signs, your just really, really honing in with what you're feeling, the good, the bad days, what foods make you feel sluggish, what foods make you have energy, is very important. And it's a real self checkup that's needed. And again, going back to the medications that some people are on with a lot of the side effects that people are not aware of, but the doctor told me that I need to take this instead of owning their health. We hear it all. At the same time, the doctors a lot of yes, doctors don't talk about the side effects. You might encounter XYZ. So there's some things that go on with men as well as with women down there. I'll say down there. And we're going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about.
Tune in tomorrow. Three
Yeah.
Wellness. MD Red,
sure.
who is our black person for this Wednesday?
Now, I'll tell you about this lady. Her name is Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks was
Know who she is.
died from cervical cancer. They stole her cells. Her cells have been used to create vaccines for polio, uh, herpes. It's crazy. Her cells are worth billions, but I don't think she got paid for it. So,
Cancers. No,
hey,
yeah, and I know her cells have been used. They cloned
yeah,
cloned or replicated her
yeah,
cells
her
to
cells,
treat cancer.
cells,
Yeah. So
they say her
they've
cells
studied her. Yeah.
fast, like unique. The only human
Yeah,
that can work.
they've studied. Yeah, they generated her cells ever since she died, and they've been using her cells in modern medicine for the last few years. Matter of fact, Oprah Winfrey there is a movie about her. Yeah, I think Oprah Winfrey did a movie about her and Henrietta Lacks. So yeah, and the family didn't get a dime from all of
Ties into
this, from their
our
loved one getting now, but there was a lawsuit going out, and I could be wrong. I think the family has since then gotten paid, but pharmaceutical companies have been using this woman's cell to create cures and medicine for years since she died. And like I said, I think the family just started to get paid, but for the longest there was no compensation or anything for that.
stole them, used them, and made billions off of them.
Trillions at this point. Yeah.
America.
Yeah, they
Worldwide.
saved lives from the grave. She's been saving lives from the grave since she died.
Yes, yeah. She's cured a lot of people that will never know who she is.
Wow.
So go check her out. Do your research on her, man. It's funny how like I had picked her before we started talking, and she ties
It's
right into
funny.
our
Yeah.
conversation, bro.
Yeah, tonight just came together. And by the way, I didn't know what Carpaccio Day is. And Carpaccio is a soup made of different herbs and stuff. So
Mm.
basically, it's a vegan soup. I'm not gonna have that on this day, but hey, to all of y'all that's got that soup, enjoy you some Carpaccio soup out there. If I hope I'm pronouncing that right on this Wednesday. But this has been a great show. I've learned a lot. I definitely want to thank Sherry for coming on, and I want to thank Steve. Go out there and get Steve's book, Money Plain and Simple, What the Elite Don't Want You to Know About Money. And he just done the revision of it. This is a must see. He breaks it down, I want to say in dummies terms. If a dummy like me can figure it out, uh, you all should be able to figure it out. And he talks about how the dollar connects to the oil, and he breaks down what you see in the news and what you hear, so that way you can the common person can understand it. So go out there and support, and it's on Audible. Steve, tell them where to go get your book and your information.
So my website is www.moneyplainandsimple.com, and there you can download the book. You can purchase the book from Amazon. It'll link you there, and gosh, what's the other place? Anyway, it's on that homepage. And also, talk about you do read the book. You want to buy metals like gold and silver. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I got my green screen on, and the book is green, so I don't know if you get the best view of the book, Money Plain and Simple.
But I show people, because a lot of people don't know how to buy or why to buy gold and silver and how to buy it. And so I break it down really simple. That's my style. And it's a very quick read, and it should make you an expert almost to purchase some. So everybody should have some.
And in the book, when you talk about buying the gold and silver, are you with the new mutual people that we know?
I'm sorry?
And are you using the mutual people that we know on buying the gold and silver?
Yes. Well, that's part of it, because that you don't really buy, right? It stays in a vault. And I do.
But you can get it. But actually, you can get it,
yes,
because I've actually bought gold and silver from them. So
I'm doing as you put it. I'm doing the layaway plan, and I ain't there yet for a kilo of gold.
I did buy an ounce. You can buy an ounce. You can buy it in an ounce. They'll send it to you in ounces as well as kilos. I bought an ounce, and I did buy a few what they call it, Troy ounces of. I bought some Troy ounces of silver, and I have them physically in my possession, because I wanted to make sure while I was investing that I could physically get my stuff when I wanted to. So they are there. But the reason why I say that is, when I say having these after five conversations, it was on this show that you and Mason put this team together and connected to be able to do that, having that after five conversation.
Yep.
So go back, if you all to last year, and watch the episode of Steve Spence and Mason on buying gold and silver.
Yeah, those links are on my website too. So if you go to my website, you can link right to your YouTube page. I put that on my page.
Nice.
But I do want to say one more thing before we go is in today's, just to summarize, what I'm trying to get out there is, if not only do you have to be an expert at your job if you want to succeed, but you also have to be some sort of economist, right? You have to know what's going on, because so much is changing. And if you're not rolling with the changes, you're going to get rolled over. And that's how you get ahead, is to educate yourself. And this is a great place to start learning the language on how to speak money, right? True money.
I better go get that book, man. Get that book. I'm going to get it.
Get the book. It's on Audible too. Well, I have the links in there, and like I said, if you check out the YouTubes or his website or whatever, all the links will be there. Sherry, tell them what you want the people to know.
Hi, you can reach out to 3Wellness Institute at www.3wellnessinstitute.com and find out all of our information there. And we will be circling back around with you guys on Thursday night, tomorrow.
Can't wait to talk to y'all.
And we will be sharing the links to that show as well. And did you guys publish the previous show yet that I did with you all?
I will let you know in a few.
Okay. Yeah, check out 3Wellness, their podcast. And Sherry, you can you want to tell them where they can see your podcast at?
We are right now, we are on Facebook. We have the 3wellnessinstitute.com, as well as Instagram, 3wellness.com, as we continue to build this legacy for communities around the world, because all of us are here to serve and help others be better, get better. So yeah, that's what we're doing, and that's our purpose.
And I got the bracelets.
Working on them.
And of course, we got MD Red. He got the shoes. The maker of the After 5 brand, the MD Red brand. Number 3, voted number 3 sneakerhead.
Listen, it's all blood, sweat, and tears, boy. All blood, sweat.
Awesome.
And if anybody's been laid off, I actually got what I call Excel and Recover manual to give you advices that I actually use myself to find employment when I found myself with the misfortune of being laid off and needed to get back out there on the market. So basically in this workbook, I show you how I evaluated my skills using the job descriptions and AI. I put the two together, AI and a little industry knowledge, put it together and using LinkedIn. And within 2 months, I was back up and working. And it also works if you are in a job and you want to go to the next level as well. I can help you there.
Awesome.
So you know how to reach us. If you're watching this, you know how to reach us. You know, we're on YouTube, After 5 Lifestyle. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. And our website, ollieafter5.com and lifestyleafter5.com. So you can find us on our websites, which show all the links and all our socials and our email, lifestyleafter5@gmail.com. This has been a great show. Yeah. So this has been a great show. Y'all go check us out right now. Go to your phone or your website right now. When you get off of this, type in WDJY FM 99.1.com. Go in there and click listen now. It's a little great thing right now. And when you click listen now, you'll see Lifestyle After 5 radio show. And that will be from 9 to 10. So thank you all for listening to this live. We'll catch you next Wednesday, bringing you all the weird holidays that we find.
Thank you, guys.
I want to thank my guests for coming on. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yeah. And go check us out.
Okay.
Thank you.